All right, I found something really cool on Reddit this morning. It was something that really elucidated the idea of karma and how we get stuck by being defined by things that we sometimes view as being outside of ourselves, by not being aware, by not educating ourselves, by not being objective in our life, by not being discerning, not practicing discrimination and discernment in making our choices in life. And this chart really lays out how this happens in a very subtle kind of way. It's a lot of what we're talking about right now in culture with this institutionalized racism. This chart is a great example of institutionalized classism. Take a look at this. This first column is all different subjects, money, personality, social emphasis, and such on. That's the subject we're going to talk about. And then the next three columns next to it, these are the attitudes that people have in these three different classes of society: poverty-stricken, the middle class, and the wealthy. Now, this work was done by Ruby Payne some time ago. If you want to look her up online, she's a great psychiatrist. But look at some of these, just curious. This was so eye-opening to me. You can find out sort of what class you belong to by how you match up your attitudes with what they're listing here. For money, if you see money as something to be spent, chances are you grew up in a poorer house because there's not a whole lot of options. You have to buy what you need and you've just about got enough for what you need. And so money is to be spent. That's your attitude toward money. If you're in the middle class, your attitude toward money is it needs to be managed. Right? You've got a little bit of extra, and so you have to kind of plan out. You can't just be free flow with it because you don't have enough for that. But in the wealthy, money is to be invested. That's the general prevailing attitude toward money. Money is to be invested. So three distinct views of what money is for and how money is used based on the class that you grew up in. Your personality, who you are, what makes you go. In poverty, in the poverty crowd, people really emphasize personality traits like being funny, being good-humored, having a sense of humor, because you've got to use it to get along in life. Sometimes it's tough. Sometimes you can't get what you need, and you've just got to have that bright spirit, You just get up and go kind of view of things. The middle class, they focus more on achievement. Make something of yourself. Be something. Get up and do. That's the attitude. And the wealthy, that's interesting. Their emphasis is on connections, who you know. That's social networking, building your LinkedIn chart, as it were. And you just go through these different types of things. Family structure, poverty, generally matriarchal. Why? Because dad's out there working his back to soreness, trying to keep the family afloat, and mom's doing all the help that she can, keeping the family together and taking care of things and probably working as well, these days. The family structure in the middle class, patriarchal. Now, this might be somewhat dated, but I think it's probably still mostly true, that it's patriarchal in the middle. And the family structure in the wealthy, whoever has the money. Did it come through mom's side? Is she the one with the strings, or is it through dad's side, and his strings or whatever? Very interesting ideas. So take a look at this chart, see how it is, get an insight to how you are trained by your circumstance to expect and be what you are. It's a way that karma keeps you in your place. But become aware of this and know your nature and reach beyond these definitions of yourself, these limitations and restrictions. Reach beyond ignorance. Become a man or a woman of knowledge. A man or a woman who knows who or what she and he is. A person of great love, of great compassion, of great service. And transcend these subtle things that have been taught to you, these subtle limitations that we are not often aware of. Become aware and transcend them and make choices about them. Take back the reins.